Back with another tutorial, man, for the beginners this time, man. I'm gonna show y'all how to go from nothing to something in FL Studio, how to make a beat, the psychology of making a beat, man. So let's get into it. Now, the very first thing you wanna do is go to ArmaniThePaul.com, man, and get you the right sounds, man. There's a lot of people pushing sounds on the internet. I got the best sounds. It took me years, to come up with the best clap in the world, the best kick drum in the world. You know what I'm saying? I went through hundreds of thousands of different kicks and claps to, minimize that down to the best. So, you know what I'm saying? So you can go to the all you need kit. You can go to the Armani the Paul sample kit, the official Armani the Paul kit, the iMob kit. We got kits on kits working with our budgets. You want to get you a kit to start off with. So I recommend the best kit, the official Armani the Paul kit. Pretty much has everything you would ever ask for in it, all the kicks, all the claps, all the hi-hats, all the open hats, everything you need in there right there. So you go, you invest, you download you a kit. That's the first thing you want to do after you get your program, your FL Studio program. Now, if you're working with a MacBook, which I recommend you work with, it's pretty simple. You can just, control click on packs and literally drag your kit in there. And then every time you start a project, it'll be on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like you see, I got the Super DePaul kit. You know what I'm saying? We got the Milk Boy kit, all you need. The Milk Boy kit ain't even out yet, but you know what I'm saying? We got our kits right here. I got a bunch of old kits. So you drag it in there, man, and have everything heavily organized. That's the key. You might open the program and be asking yourself, man, okay, I opened this program. What do I do now? It's so much to go through. I'm gonna minimize it for everybody, man. If you're a loop maker, this is not the video for you, man. We don't put our energy in trying to be Mozart and trying to be the best piano player and like we're gonna go to a New York subway and play out loud and get tips. Nah, we here to make beats, you know what I'm saying? We here to compose nothing to something, you know what I'm saying? To make actual songs and beats. So the best thing to do is to use loops, you know what I'm saying? We in 2022, it's millions of loops of the best composers out there. So why would you take your time out and try to learn how to compose a melody when it's millions of melodies? It's such a waste of time. Take it from me. If you want to make beats, I'm gonna show you how to make samples and how y'all make beats using loops. So this, you have different options, different screens. You know what I'm saying? You have your channel rack, and this channel rack is for people that make melodies per se, or people that want to make patterns. You know what I'm saying? Kick, clap, and make patterns. I don't really go through none of that. You know what I'm saying? I may use this to create my drum formats. Once my drum format is created, which is nothing but drum loops, you'll press this and it's basically gonna bring you to song mode. So basically all we do is build a song. We take our loops, we drop, we drag and drop. We take our drum, we drag and drop. We organize songs. And I pretty much only use this channel rack to drag my 808s in here and organize my 808 patterns. And then every pattern you organize, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you got different patterns. Every pattern you organize, you can, highlight right here and take it and drag, or when you click, it's gonna drop your pattern into the song mode. So let's say you organize an 808 on pattern 1. When you get to building your song, as long as it say pattern 1, every time you click, it's gonna drop your whole pattern. You know what I'm saying? So you basically just building the song. I hope y'all understood that. So fast forward, man, if you put your packs over here, like I said, it was heavy organized. You know what I'm saying? You would probably have a folder called loops. If not, as you're making your own packs, you compose a folder of loops. You can get loops from Splice, you can get loops from different producers. They're all over the internet, you know what I'm saying? Millions and millions of them. And it's about what you do with them. It ain't about who else got them. It's about what you do with them. So long story short, you basically want to be heavy organized. You want to get you a folder called loops. You can make your own, go on the internet, buy certain loop packs, download your own. And then you want to drag that pack into this folder, control click, drag it over. I'm working with this loop today. But before we get into that, another thing y'all need to learn about is this, get this glare out of here, is this mixing channel. You know what I'm saying? So these are your different channels. Like I said, this is the song mode, this is your channel rack, this is your piano roll, and this is for the loop makers mainly. You might go in here to compose some bass, and that's for a whole nother video. But this right here is your mixer. You're gonna basically send every loop or every individual sound you're working with here to control the volume, to control the effects on there. And I'll show you how to do that in another video. But what y'all really do need to know is that FL Studio comes default with this fruity limiter on the master track. And the master track is like the overall mixer, the overall beat, you know what I'm saying? is this thing right here that says master. So it comes with a Fruity Limiter. It ain't really got the best settings on there. It always kind of holds your drums back, and people don't know that. And it's these 3 envelope knobs. If you want your beat to slap like mine's, you want to turn these knobs all the way down. You know what I'm saying? So you can keep that Fruity Limiter on there. I mean, it's better master plugins you can put on there, but for beginners, you can definitely keep that Fruity Limiter. I would say turn those 3 knobs down so your kick and your clap can cut through the mix. And then what I like to do is add a soft clipper on default preset. So we'll go and we'll just select soft clipper. It's a bunch of different plugins. You know, it's the default plugin, stock plugin, and we'll just leave it on the default setting. And that just makes it slap even much, make it slap a little harder. You know, so that's how you want to set up every song. I mean, I suggest you set up a template and make it easier for you. You can just go to a new project, do this right here, turn these 3 knobs down, add your soft clipper, go ahead and add what you want to add to your song already. Maybe that may be a tag, there may be a stump, and just save that project. Like I got a project called New Beat, and basically, you know, every time I open that project, it got everything I need. So once you get your template set up, man, you got your mixer track right, it's looking like this. You know what I'm saying? You got everything heavy organized over here, and you drag the loop you working with in here. The first thing you want to notice is the BPM of the loop. Most looper had a BPM in the key. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Haytover, man. He sent me a bunch of loops and his shit go crazy. Y'all follow him. This is 90 BPM, so you want to match your project tempo, which is this number up here, to the loop you working with, man. So you just drag that to 90. You know what I'm saying? Period. And that's just the speed, the tempo of the beat. So, and then this is your metronome. This is how you confirm that everything is on grid. Grid meaning by line, in place. Everything's organized. If y'all don't know nothing about bars, that's for a whole nother video. But just real quick, we like to compose 12-bar verses and an 8-bar hook. A 12-bar verse will be 3 of these segments from 1 to 5. You know what I'm saying? It's 4 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? An 8-bar hook will be 2 of those segments. So we try to organize. That's what we try to do. It's like we making a picture, we creating art. We want to organize. We want to have an intro. We want to have a hook. We want to have a verse, and then we want to copy it and repeat it over and over. So this is how you confirm your tempo with this metronome right here. You see, we got pattern mode, you got song mode. You want to always have this in song mode, because this whole view we in right here is the song mode. Like I said, we can go to the channel rack, and that's your pattern, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're a loop maker, or you're making like an 808 or drum pattern, we ain't really focused on that. We keep this in song mode, at least for our money to Paul, you know what I'm saying? So look. You can tell now our metronome, you know, is confirming that the project tempo is the same tempo as the loop. It's the same speed, so we can build on top of that. If we got 90 BPM, I like to go in here to my 22 drums and drag in, you know, some loops, some 90 BPM loops. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. And, you know, the beat damn near done. Another cheat code is find loops that already got bass lines. If you're a beginner, you ain't got to worry about playing bass lines. You can find loops that got bass lines. I like loop makers that, you know, they put everything in the beginning, then they bust it down. You know what I'm saying? They separate and they bust it down, so you'll have like your whole loop, then you might have just the piano, you know what I'm saying? Then you might have a bass somewhere in there. You can really just use this razor tool and cut, man, organize. Like I said, it's about like creating art, making a picture. And usually what I do for the loops that don't have bass, I may just still compose my intro, my verse, my hook, and then I'll have to make my own bass. And that's what we get into, you know, keys and learning keys. If the loop is D minor, then when you go and you make your own bass and you finally get to that point when you're making your own stuff, you want to make sure you know what your keys are, C, D, so your bass will start D minor. You know, that's for a whole nother video on how to make bass in 808. But pretty much you just compose that, add some vocals, you know what I'm saying? The good thing about his loops is they got all that in there. You know what I'm saying? They already got the vocals, they already got the bass, and all I gotta really do is add the drums. And you know, sometimes I may add some one-shots. One-shots is important since we don't like to play melodies. You know, I got hundreds of thousands of different one-shots. You know what I'm saying? I might have a folder called flutes, you know what I'm saying? Flutes and more, and I got so many one-shots in here that matches the key. All we gotta do is find the key. If the key is D minor, we're gonna go to our one-shots. You know, heavy organized, like I said, we're gonna drag over the ones that say D minor. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna drag over these over and they're gonna match. The key is gonna match, it's gonna sound good together. And we'll make a whole nother video on stretching, because a lot of times these one shots or these loops that you drag in, the tempos are different. So, you know, but you can hear from the key that it matches. You know what I'm saying? Anything D minor gonna match D minor. Make sure it ain't the one with the number sign. Make sure it's actually D minor. And you know, you just get better and better at it, man. But that's how you knock, like, you know, a bunch of beats out in 5 minutes. And you can put this on stretch and learn how to stretch so the timing is right. And you also want to double click and make sure this is on auto so it stays in the key, because if it's on resample, when you get to stretching, it's gonna change the key. Now, whatever y'all didn't get, man, y'all can always write me, man. I try to be real quick about showing you how to make a beat, man. And when you get done with your beat, when you get done with your whole pattern, I'm gonna show y'all what it look like. We're gonna fast forward. Fast forward, we took the time out and made this whole beat. It's actually for sale up on my page, and I got a verse to it I wrote that's for sale too. But you know what I'm saying? I got my tag, because I did it in my template. So my stumps is already there, my tag is there. I dragged his tag in there. You know what I'm saying? You can see my loops and should be all over the place. You might want to be even more organized than me. But we got an intro, which I made 2 bars. 1, 2. We got an intro, and then it jump into the first 4 bars of the hook, second 4 bars of the hook, which I dragged in. I dragged in a flute one shot. What I say, the melody, the key D minor, and matches the key of the loop. Simple. And even though it was 122 BPM, I used the stretch tool to make it, you know what I'm saying, to make it match up in this sequence. So my flutes. I got this drum format right here, and then transition over to this drum format when the verse starts. For a whole nother video, I'll show you how to do 808s, but I added my 808 to keep the bass going. He had bass in the loop, so I transitioned it over to my 808 once again, D minor. You know what I'm saying? That's just simple. If the loop is in D minor, well, you best believe the first key of your bass is gonna be D minor. You just gotta find the blending keys to match that. That's for a whole nother video. It ain't really that complicated though. You can get that bass from the All You Need kit. Go back from my 808 to his bass. That's what you call a transition in the middle of the verse. Then the end of the verse should look just like your beginning verse, because it comes back and forth. The mind forgets. Then you go back to the hook, and then you copy everything with your whole command, and you can copy everything and paste it and just repeat it until you compose a song, maybe 3 times, 3 verses. And that's pretty much it, man. That's how you make a song. That's how you go from nothing to something. That's the beginning tips, man. Anything I miss, you guys can DM me, write me, man. Buy your kits on RonnieThePaul.com. I'll see you in the next one.